We have seen that when an athlete or a sportsman feels tired, they take glucose in the form of a drink. This is because glucose acts as an instant energy source that is needed for physical activity. In our body, all metabolic activities such as respiration, digestion, etc. require energy. So, where does this energy come from? When we eat food, it is converted into glucose inside the stomach. This glucose is then transported into our body cells through the bloodstream. However, our body cells cannot take up glucose directly. When glucose level rises in the blood, our body stimulates the pancreas to release a hormone called insulin. This hormone acts like a key that allows glucose to enter the cells. If our body doesn't produce enough insulin, or the insulin it produces is not effective, it leads to increased glucose levels in the blood. This condition is called hyperglycemia, which we generally call diabetes mellitus or sugar. There are mainly 3 types of diabetes, and they are type 1, type 2 and gestational diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. It means by mistake, our body's immune cells attack and destroys the cells in the pancreas so that it makes very little insulin, or insulin is not at all produced. As a result, the body cells cannot take up the glucose and its level increases in the blood. Previously, type 1 diabetes was known as juvenile diabetes, as it is usually diagnosed in children and young adults. However, it can appear at any age. People with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin every day to stay alive. Therefore, it is also called insulin-dependent diabetes. Approximately 5 to 10% of people diagnosed with diabetes have type 1 diabetes. In type 2 diabetes, the body doesn't use insulin properly. In other words, the body cells become resistant to insulin and sugar level increases in the blood. Therefore, it is called insulin-resistant diabetes. This type of diabetes is common in middle-aged and older people. About 90 to 95% of people with diabetes have type 2 diabetes. In this type, people may not notice any symptoms, so it's important to monitor blood sugar levels very often. Gestational diabetes develops in some women when they are pregnant. Insulin blocking hormones produced by the placenta cause this type of diabetes, resulting in increased blood glucose levels. Most of the time, this type of diabetes goes away after the baby is born. However, the mother and her children are at risk of developing type 2 diabetes in the future. There are many symptoms of diabetes, right? But we don't know why these symptoms occur. Let us find the reason behind these symptoms. As the body cells cannot take up glucose, it is filtered and excreted through the kidneys along with fluids. This leads to frequent urination. Frequent urination leads to fluid loss, which results in excessive thirst. Fluid loss also leads to fatigue. In addition, due to the loss of energy by body cells as they cannot utilize glucose, diabetic people feel tired very often. Loss of glucose also results in loss of calories. In addition, the failure of food glucose to reach cells leads to constant hunger. The combined effect can potentially cause rapid weight loss. High levels of blood glucose pull fluids from tissues, including the eye lenses. This results in blurred vision. High blood sugar can also lead to poor blood flow and impair the body's natural healing process. In addition, excess blood sugar acts as an instant energy source for the growth of microorganisms, leading to an increased risk of infection and slow healing of wounds. There is no cure for diabetes. The only way is to manage diabetes with suitable treatment. Somehow, we can delay type 2 diabetes with a healthy lifestyle, including increased physical activities and a healthy diet.